Everyone wants to live a better life. Everyone dreams of reaching a point where they don't have to worry about money all the time, where they can breathe without that constant pressure on their chest thinking about bills, debt, or emergencies. But here's the thing that hurts to admit. Most people will never get rich. And it's not because they aren't smart or don't work hard. It's because they're stuck in patterns that feel normal, even comforting, but are secretly keeping them broke year after year. These patterns aren't obvious. In fact, they blend into daily life so smoothly that you might not even realize how damaging they are. But if you're serious about wanting to change your situation, then this is the video you need to hear right now. Let's start with one of the biggest reasons people never build wealth: spending every dollar as soon as it hits their hands. For some, payday feels like freedom, but in reality, it becomes a trap. That excitement of having money in your account quickly turns into a series of expenses: fast food, gadgets, subscriptions, unnecessary upgrades, and random things you didn't even need, but convinced yourself you deserved. The truth is, when you live like that, you're not working for freedom. You're working to stay broke in style. Wealthy people don't get rich because they make more money. They get rich because they keep more of it. They save intentionally, they invest consistently, and they don't chase every temporary feeling with a permanent purchase. If every month ends the same, with you wondering where all your money went, that's not just bad luck, it's a bad habit. If you don't create space between what you earn and what you spend, you will never escape that cycle. And yet, people still think budgeting is only for people who are struggling. But here's a perspective shift. Budgeting isn't a sign of struggle, it's a sign of control. It's not about restriction, it's about direction. Imagine getting into a car and just driving with no idea where you're headed. That's what living without a budget looks like. Your money needs a plan, or it will disappear faster than you think. Even people with millions in the bank use budgets because it keeps their money working for them. You don't outgrow the need for discipline. If you're spending blindly, even with a higher income, you'll still find yourself wondering why you feel broke. Budgeting helps you see clearly. It gives you power over your finances. Without it, you're always reacting to money instead of directing it. Now let's talk about income. So many people rely on just one job, one paycheck, one source of income, and they think if they just work hard and keep showing up, things will eventually get better. But here's the harsh reality. Your job can disappear in an instant. A company can shut down, a manager can replace you, a crisis can happen overnight, and if you only have that one stream, your entire life goes into panic mode. Wealthy people don't wait for something bad to happen before they prepare. They build side hustles, invest in skills, start small businesses, explore passive income. They diversify. And no, you don't need a huge amount of money to start. You just need to stop being comfortable with being dependent on one source. When you start building multiple streams, you're no longer just working for survival. You're working for options, freedom, and future security. And here's the part people overlook all the time. You can't get rich if you don't understand how money works. The sad thing is, most people avoid financial education. They say it's too complicated, too boring, or not urgent. So instead, they spend hours scrolling on social media, watching random videos, or talking about things that don't build their future. And meanwhile, they stay stuck. Let me say this clearly. Money doesn't respect ignorance. It flows to those who know how to manage it, how to multiply it, and how to protect it. You don't have to become a financial genius overnight, but you do have to start caring, learn about compound interest, investing, saving, risk, and debt. You're either going to learn about money now while you're struggling, or be forced to learn about it later when you're drowning in regret. The earlier you start, the easier it becomes. Then there's the mindset that quietly destroys people, caring more about looking rich than becoming rich. We live in a world that rewards the image of success. People post pictures with luxury brands, expensive trips, and new gadgets trying to convince everyone, and maybe even themselves, that they've made it. But the reality behind the scenes is often debt, stress, and insecurity. The real wealthy ones, they're not showing off. They're building quietly. They're saving, investing, and being smart with every decision. The person driving the old car and wearing simple clothes might have more wealth than the one flexing the latest iPhone and designer shoes. Don't fall for the trap of appearances. Real freedom doesn't come from what other people see. It comes from what you know you have, even if no one else can see it yet. And of course, there's the most common excuse in the world. I'll start later. People say they'll start saving next month, investing next year, or learning when they have more time. But guess what? That time never shows up. Life doesn't hand you a perfect moment. Waiting for the perfect conditions is just another way of avoiding responsibility. The truth is, the best time to start was probably last year. The next best time? Right now. Even if you're starting small, even if it feels pointless, those small steps add up. Every dollar saved, every new thing learned, every decision made with intention, it all stacks up into something real. But the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Habits grow stronger with time. So don't waste another year making excuses when you could be making progress. And finally, take a hard look at the people you're around. Your environment shapes your mindset more than you think. If your closest friends only talk about parties, drama, and distractions, then that's what you'll keep focusing on too. But if you start spending time around people who talk about goals, growth, money, and improvement, you'll start to level up without even realizing it. It's not about cutting people off. It's about expanding your circle and protecting your vision. Because if the people around you are okay with staying broke, they'll never encourage you to rise higher. And sometimes you have to choose your future over your comfort. The truth is simple, but hard to swallow. If you keep doing the same things, you'll keep getting the same results. If you spend everything you earn, avoid learning, chase validation, rely on one paycheck, and wait for the perfect time, you'll never build wealth. You'll survive, maybe even get by, but you'll always feel like something's missing. But if you're willing to start changing those habits, even slowly, you'll be surprised at how much can change in a year, in 5 years, in a lifetime. Wealth isn't built by luck, it's built by doing what most people are unwilling to do, even when it's boring, even when no one's watching, and even when you feel like giving up.